What up, guys? Welcome back. So unfortunately we have some bad news for Sharpe. There is actually an update that we need to check, and based on that you guys can choose if you want to continue to farm it or not. So previously, around maybe a little bit over 2 weeks ago, I talked about Sharpe, which is a super app, but they have the option for you to trade some perp using orderly. So basically, by farming orderly, you're farming Sharpe at the same time. So we're gonna be receiving a 2-in-1 airdrop. What I like about it is that it is also underfarmed. So right now I have a total of 338,000 points, and number 100 has around 400 and something. So maybe with 20 or 30k, something like that, I should be sitting at number 100. So as you can see, it is pretty underfarmed. But the thing is, if we go to token distribution, by the way, if I'm talking a little bit weird, it is because I went to the dentist the other day, so I'm kind of fucked up. Token distribution. So the token name is SAI. The maximum supply is 1 billion tokens. It will not increase above that amount, so it is 1 billion max amount. We can see the allocation breakdown, which is seed round 6.67%, strategic round 6.67%, public sale 1%, team and advisor 15% is kind of high, but that's on them. Ecosystem development 20%, marketing and airdrop is 13%. So we don't know what is the amount for the airdrop. That's not the main problem here. Treasury 20%, liquidity 17%. So here's the issue: vesting schedule. So seed round is 10%, TGE, blah, 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 blah. So if we go down, the ecosystem development and marketing / airdrop allocation have their own vesting schedule of 36 and 18 months. It looks like the airdrop might have a vesting schedule of 18 months, but it is not entirely showcasing the amount. So we're not 100% sure, but most likely it will be vested. So now it really depends if you guys are planning to sell your tokens or to just hold it for the long term. So if you're planning to hold it for the long term, most likely you're good, because in 18 months we should have the bull pig. Then by then you should be able to sell most of them. Now that doesn't mean you need to wait 18 months to claim everything. Most likely every month, or I don't know how it works, you should be able to claim a little bit. So maybe every month you should be able to claim maybe 10% or some 8%, something like that. Then we have the stages, which they have 5 stages. It doesn't really matter, because on the first stage we're gonna be receiving the airdrop. The other 4 stages, it is just for incentives. So for example, like Evo right now, they have some other stages that if you use the platform, you're gonna be receiving some Evo tokens, but it is just some incentive to keep people on the platform. That's it. It is not the main airdrop. In terms of distribution, you guys can see that if you use the Sharpe perp dex, 1 point for every dollar traded volume. You guys can read all the information. So they have a bridge, they have a dex, NFT marketplace, on a ramp, which is basically purchasing crypto, the Sharpe earn strategy, which is depositing some liquidity, and leverage usage. Other than that, something that I have mentioned before, which is the active engagement, and that is just by using the platform. So if we go here, you guys can see that they have a DEX screener. Actually, it is a screener for crypto, so you guys can check some prices. If you go to options, you also can check some options, NFTs, and many more things. So by just being on the platform, you're going to be receiving some points. But what they're doing, so we cannot game the system, is that we don't know how many points we're receiving for just using the platform. So if you are just using it or staring at the platform, we don't know how many points we're getting. But obviously, if you're adding some funds into liquidity, you're going to be receiving some points, but it is kind of low. But I would still do it, even if it is 50 bucks, whatever you can do, because you guys know what happened with ZK Sync. So most likely, if you're able to do so, something like 20 bucks, go ahead and do it. Then we have the bridge platform, which is, by the way, using leafi. So hopefully by using it, you're also increasing your chances of being able to receive the airdrop from leafi. By the way, leafi is the parent company of Jumper. So do this maybe 5 times. I'm not saying to do it every single day, but whenever you need to bridge some funds, go ahead and use it. Maybe once, twice a week if you need to bridge some funds. Nothing crazy. Let's see. Other than that, here it is. So per DEX, if we go to it, at the moment I have added around 175k in volume. I know that I'm missing some transaction here, so it is around 175k. In terms of the amount of fees that I have burned, it is 110. Now I know that I have made some profit, so if we go here, let me actually switch the network so you guys can see it. I think I have burned only 60 bucks or something like that. Should be around 60 bucks. Let's go ahead and double check. $61 is the amount that I have burned. So because usually I get some trades that I make some money and I'm not really calculating it. I'm just adding all the fees to know how much I'm spending on fees without adding the profit. So in total, in terms of fees, I have burned around $110, $120, but I have made back around $60 from profit. So in total, we could say that I have spent $60 on the platform to add around 175k in volume, and my total points is 338k. Now, if you guys want to check the amount of points that we have, even though you guys are seeing it up there, you can go to Leaderboard. By the way, if you're not within the top 100, you're unable to see your ranking. As you can see here, it says unranked. But most likely, if you're above 300k in terms of the amount of points, you should be receiving a 2x boost. So it basically helps you to get more points. If we scroll down to number 100, that guy or girl has around 400k in points. So since I am already farming Sharpe, what I am planning to do is just add maybe another 30k, 50k, and try to be within the top 100. Even if I don't make it till the airdrop, most likely I know that I'm very close to the top 100 or at least top 500. So that's my goal. Other than that, I'm not gonna push more than the amount, even though I'm still planning to hold Sharpe because I do like what they're trying to build, because basically it is a CEX but decentralized, and even though we have all the super apps, I do think Sharpe is a little bit better than the others. They have good backers, so most likely they should do pretty good this cycle. But obviously, if your goal is just to receive an airdrop and being able to be liquid as possible, then most likely this is not your best bet. I would go with something like LogX, even though it is extremely expensive. We also have IBX, but I don't know when we're going to be receiving the airdrop for IBX or EMDX or whatever else we have with Orderly, right? But right now, really my main goal is Sharpe, which again, I'm just going to be adding something like 50k, and then I'm going to move on with LogX for the next maybe 2 weeks. So I'm going to be playing between both of them. And then next month, I'm going to use LogX with mode, even though I'm not expecting anything crazy with mode in the future. But if I can just continue to do a 2-in-1, and even if I got like $2 from mode, I would rather just use mode than using maybe optimism, right? So that's the goal with LogX, because next month is when we should receive the airdrop for it. So there you go. Let me know if you have any questions. So far, that's what we got. So again, if you're okay with receiving your airdrop allocation slowly, go ahead and continue using it. Keep adding some volume. You're still going to be eligible for Orderly. You're still going to be eligible for Sharpe. The only thing is you're not going to be receiving 100% of your allocation, unfortunately. So basically, that's it. Thank you guys for watching. Any questions, any doubts, just let me know. Bye-bye.